I wouldn't be tormented in my brain how I have been. I wouldn't have been mentally abused like I have been. It's all to do with men.
Your first failure is marriages, but more specifically choices in partners and how that's impacted you.
So here we go. From when I was young, and this is where it would all make sense with the marriages. When I was young, it was in my first book, I got raped in a park when I was 7. That was my first incident with a man. Then a man tried to abduct me into a car. And then I worked with a photographer who I thought was legit, and so did my mum and that. And he used to take pictures of me. But then the police knocked on our door and said about this guy. He had 12 different names, 12 different bank accounts, and he was obsessed with me. So say like I was only like 13 and I'd stick my tongue out at the camera and I thought it was a fun, he'd look at it a different way. And he used to drug girls with this pineapple milkshake, but I didn't like it, so I never took it. And I remember one day he had a woman with him and he wanted me to have nothing on, have a wet shirt over it. And I said, oh no, I felt really uncomfortable. And I was like, oh no, it's too cold. They're like, oh no, we put warm water on it. And I'm thinking, Mum, Nan, hurry up and come back. And then it was about a week or so after that we had child protection over about this guy. So my start with men hasn't really been that good. And then my first boyfriend used to beat me up and he used to go out and come home when he liked. The next one used to cut my clothes up. And my mum would have to pick me up when I was naked in the street. I'd have to go to a telephone box. The next one started cheating on me. So if you think my first relationships weren't really healthy relationships, and then you start thinking to yourself, you're insecure, why are they doing this, doing it? And then you become needy, vulnerable, gullible, because you think the next guy that's going to come along, oh yeah, they're saying the right, oh, they really love me. And then you get insecure. And then you get jealous and then ends up being toxic. So if men have not been in my life, I wouldn't be in the bankruptcy things that I've been in. I wouldn't be tormented in my brain how I have been. I wouldn't have been mentally abused like I have been. It's all to do with men. And then I thought, is that why I ended up doing modelling? Because it's like, you can look at me in a magazine, but you can't touch me. I don't know if it's associated with it, but I have therapy, all because of men.
First of all, I want to say...
It's exhausting.
I am so sorry that you have gone through that. That is... Traumatic doesn't cover it.
No, it is all traumatic.
I want to go back, and I understand that a symptom of PTSD, which you live with, is speaking about deeply difficult things in a detached way that can protect you.
Yeah, and it's not normal and healthy to do that, though.
But also I want you to tell me if any of my questions are causing you any hurt or upset.
You'll probably see by my reaction if I start with. But I'm happy to answer them. Okay. No, I'm absolutely fine. I see a therapist every 2 weeks. And like you'd probably know, I've been in the private, you'll ask me about that. But your communication and talking about things is the best way forward. And I never knew how to do that before. And I'd keep it in, which would make things ruminate in my brain and be worse and worse. But I do have to say, because I was in there for severe traumatic rehabilitation of PTSD, it's all caused by men.
Thanks for tuning in. And if you found this video enjoyable, be sure to check out the full episode on your preferred podcast platform. And make sure you're following How to Fail on social media for additional content and updates.